Have you been questioning your value? I'm here to remind you of who you are. Hello, hi, and welcome to another session of Spirit Tea and Talk. This energy that we're about to delve into today is one that it's interesting for me to delve into. There's been a lot of times in my life where I don't feel like my voice is heard or appreciated. There's been a lot of times where I don't feel valued. It might be things like in a certain group setting, for example, having to speak louder to feel like I'm being heard. Or the one thing that happens to me a lot is like I'll say something and I'll get air. And then someone will say exactly what I just said. And I was like, yeah. And everyone will be like, yeah. And I'm like, wait, did I not just say? And I have to ask, am I okay? Is everything all right? And like things like that can really impact self-confidence and can really impact your view of where you fit in the world. And there's something so important about being reaffirmed in your value, being affirmed in your value in general, but being reaffirmed specifically, being grounded in the reality of your value, and being reminded that you're valuable. And today I want to be a reminder that you are valuable. So, Spirit is here. I've got my tea. Let's talk. The way our surroundings and our environments impact us is actually insane. Like they have such a profound impact on the way we see ourselves and the way we move through day-to-day life and move through life long term. And when you don't see just how valuable you are, when you have factors that make you feel less than what you are, that puts a block on your ability to walk in your full purpose and live in your full authentic reality. I've been in situations where things have happened, people around me have made me feel a way. That's having me second guessing and questioning myself and being like, raw, like, I had something happen that made me question if I should even be doing these videos. Forget the fact that I enjoy making them. Forget the fact that people are receiving something from it. Like, something happened. I can't say what the thing that happened was, but a series of events happened, and it had me questioning the validity. It had me questioning the validity of my voice. And my thing is, as I actually had to sit down and take this to the Evans and say, like, why am I being treated in this way? Or why does no one want to hear what I have to say? Or why is it that for me to be heard I must shout, right? And what came down is that I can't allow, just because people move in a certain way, or just because people downplay what you have to say or make it seem like what you have to say or what you have to offer is maybe not as important or as valuable as maybe what they got going on, doesn't make it the reality. Attention does not equate to value. Attention does not equate to value. There are people who really want to hear what you have to say. There are people who really want to orbit in your presence. There are people who they wish they could be your friend. There are people who wish they could hold community for you. There are people who see themselves in you. There are people who want to be just like you. There are people who want to help and support you. There are people who want to love you. So why, pray tell, do we allow people who make us feel less than what we are to be the deciding factors in how we feel? Why do we seek the approval and the friendship of people that don't make us feel the best? Feelings of not feeling valued or not feeling confidence in yourself can stem from so many different avenues. I've been in situations where friends and family have made me feel like my voice doesn't matter or like my voice isn't worth listening to. And I don't think they do it on purpose, but it's a thing that's happened a lot, right? Then I think about workplace, like being in workplaces, and God knows what I've been through in workplaces. That's a whole nother kettle of fish. But even there, when certain things are happening in work, like the long-term impacts that these things can happen on you, the long-term impacts that these things can have on you is astronomical. It's astronomical. Let me give an example. I had been in HR for well over a decade, yeah? And inside, I know I'm bloody good at. I'm good at it because I understand the laws, I understand policies, I understand procedures. I understand now, especially, how leadership teams think. I understand, right? But because of the trauma that I've gone through while I've been in the workplace and in offices, where certain colleagues and seniors have tried to beat me down, it's one thing for me to know that, no, I know what I'm talking about, but there's a part of me that's completely internalized that actually you're not that good. And actually you don't know what you're on. You don't know what you're talking about. And that voice that I've internalized and I'm still working to overcome is something that I battle in all facets of life. Even as I film this, every time I sit down and I film this show, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm just waffling. Bear in mind, none of that is true. I know exactly what I'm talking about. But that voice that's been internalized tells me that, no, like, no one's going to want to hear what you have to say. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not even that smart. There's someone else who can say it better than you. No one's trying to listen to that. Like, all of these negative thoughts. And fighting the negative thoughts, it's an everyday battle. It's an everyday battle. Like, knowing, obviously, again, in this world we live in now, I think we are privy to more positive affirmation than we've ever been. Positive affirmations are, in fact, most of us hadn't even heard the word positive affirmation until a few years ago. And now we are flooded with visuals, whether it be video, picture, written, like whatever it is. One, telling us the importance of positively affirming yourself. But two, actually giving us those positive affirmations, giving us those positive words. And I think it's beautiful. And I think it's important to surround yourself with as much positive affirmations as possible in order to undo the hurt that has come from the years and years and years of negative affirmation. The negative affirmation that has you questioning your value. The negative affirmation that has you questioning who you are. Thank you, Spirit. The negative affirmation that has you sitting in this cycle of no one values me. I'm not valuable. My voice doesn't have a space here. I don't have a space here. My skill doesn't have a space here. My talent doesn't have a space here. Negative. And because we see so much positive affirmation, it's easy to forget just that the work to uplift yourself is more than just reading the thing. Like, you have to actively sit down and make the positive things your truth, because it's easier to internalize the negative than it is the positive. Sad truth. I say it all the time. It's easier to tear something down than it is to build it up. So building up yourself to understand the truth of your value, the truth of your importance, it's not going to be just a overnight thing, but it's something that you have to continuously work at. Transformation came up a lot today. Transformation and shedding came up a lot today. And with transformation, again, that's another word that it's just become kind of a buzzword. It's like, we're going through a transformation. There's this portal available, and yes, and improv. Yes, and that transformation doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't. You have to do the work to remind yourself consistently that you are valuable. The words that just came to mind for me was Cleo Souls, know that you are loved. Know that you are valuable. Know that your existence is valuable. Know that there are people who need you around. Know that you are valuable. The work to internalize that, like the validity of your value, it's gonna ebb and flow. Some days you're gonna be like, I'm that bitch, and you're gonna remember yourself. And other days you're gonna be like, but am I though? I'm that bitch. Okay, I know I'm that bitch, but I have the days where I'm like, but am I though? And that but am I though? That's just that's the years of negative reinforcement that we have to work against and slam down with a positive reinforcement, right? Set up, there's a thing I have here. So in this jar, what I do, when something good happens or something positive happens, or I just have a positive thought, I'll write it and I'll fold it up and I'll throw it in here. And it's like my positivity jar. So I can just go in and pick something out. I ain't gonna pick nothing out for y'all because it ain't your business. But set up systems around yourself. Some people have sticky notes that they see every day. Some people have, you can frame pictures, make it part of your aesthetic. But things that will remind you consistently that you are that bitch is so important. Take time to rediscover who you are. Take time in your day to sit down and say, I am she, I am he, I am the one. Periods. Worth Ethic by Tony Jones. Listen, go and check that out. Listen to Worth Ethic by Tony Jones. And by the end of that, tell me if you don't feel like I am that person, because you are that person. It's going to hurt sometimes. Sometimes you're going to be down on yourself, and that's fine. But don't stay down. We get back up, we rise, and we go again, okay? And we remember who we are in every facet of our life, in our relationships, romantic or otherwise, in our workplaces. Colleagues trying to downplay me who, please, your words don't mean nothing to me. Let me tell you something for a while. Let me tell you something. Come close. You see, when you're in work, and you got those little weird ops that are always trying to put you down, whether it be your senior manager, whether it be your line manager, whether it be a weird colleague that's always trying to snitch on you or do weird shit, they're doing that because they're jealous. They're jealous and they hate to see you win. They're jealous and they hate to see you be better than them. Small people want to keep other people small with them. You're bigger than them. Remember that and cut through the bullshit. Rediscover who you are. Keep going. Keep pushing forward. The truth, your truth, is that your heart is massive. Your aura is astronomical. You've got so much to give in your worlds. Yeah, because all our worlds are different. My world is my world. Do you know what I mean? And if you're lucky enough to be in my world, you better act accordingly. That's what I've had to like tell myself to make sure that I'm keeping the right frequencies around me. Because when I'm being in certain spaces, like I said, recently having been in a space where my voice, I felt like my voice wasn't important, it affected me, it triggered me and took me backwards. And I was like, you know what? Nah, you know what? I'm not doing this. So I'm just not going to put myself in this space again. Because I had to remember the truth of my aura and the truth of who I am. You got to see things, the truth of what they are. That means seeing yourself for the truth of who you are. Seeing your shortcomings and see where you want to elevate and grow and level up. But also seeing what around you is trying to keep you stuck. What around you is trying to keep you hurt. If it's trying to keep you hurt, it can go. Your peace is one thing that you cannot afford to neglect. It's the one thing you cannot afford to allow other people to take from you. Do not allow people to take your peace. And when they're making you feel like you're not valuable, when they're making you feel like you're not valid in your own world, you're not valuable in your own world, that's when trying to steal your peace. Dead that. Dead that. Look yourself in the mirror and remind yourself who you are every single time. Look yourself, if it needs to be the camera, you need to record it. Look yourself in the camera, remind yourself every single time who you are. Because no one can tell you you're not valuable. No one. You're here existing, you're valuable. You're valuable. Who can tell you that you're not? Are they your creator? They're not just creator. They're not your creator. Even your parents, they can say, oh, I'm the one who gave birth to you. Okay, thanks for being a portal. No one can tell you your value because they did not make you. They may have been your portal to exist. Thank you so much. But you did not create me. So, yeah, replenish your soul. Replenish your soul and remind yourself of your value. If you have been struggling to remember that you are that bitch, let me remind you that you are that bitch, okay? And that's what it is. And that's what it is. So, that's me. Tea is finished. I'm going to bed. Peace.